Well, thank you very much, Director Gordon. I think I speak for all of us in how much we appreciate your perspective and your tireless commitment to improving cybersecurity for the nation. Our next speaker, you'll all know well, continuing in the same idea of improving communication across government to benefit and grow our national security posture. It's my privilege to welcome to the stage our Governor of Virginia, the Honorable Terry McAuliffe. Before we do, I wanted to quickly review some of the accomplishments that Governor McAuliffe has contributed, especially economically, to Virginia. He's done some tremendous things for us, and I wanted to take a moment just to review a few of these before he takes the stage. Governor McAuliffe has been working very hard throughout his time as Governor of Virginia to build the economy of Virginia and to take it into the 21st century. A lifelong entrepreneur, Governor McAuliffe brings a common sense business approach to his position as the Commonwealth's chief job creator, and the results speak for themselves. Since the start of his administration, the number of jobs in Virginia has increased by 207,000. He's closed 1,068 economic development deals that will bring a record-breaking $19 billion in capital investment to the Commonwealth in the coming years. That is billions more than any other governor in Virginia's history. Virginia's unemployment rate has declined from 5.4% in January 2014 to 3.6% today, the lowest in a decade. That is the second lowest rate of any major state. Working across the aisle, he won bipartisan support to reform transportation, revolutionize education, and protect Virginians from gun violence. Through his efforts, Governor McAuliffe made Virginia a national leader on a variety of issues. As chairman of the National Governors Association, he made cybersecurity his signature initiative, and as a result has been called the Cyber Governor of the Year. Governor McAuliffe was named 2016 Bio Governor of the Year by the Biotechnology Innovation Organization and was twice elected chairman of the Chesapeake Bay Executive Council. In 2017, he was named Public Official of the Year by Governing Magazine, and he has been nationally recognized for his work restoring more civil and voting rights than any governor in U.S. history. He has worked to make Virginia an open and welcoming place to do business and has led 35 trade missions to more than 24 countries. Ladies and gentlemen, the 72nd governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, Governor Terry McAuliffe.
Great to have you. Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everybody. How many Virginia residents we got? Fantastic. Maryland? You know, you guys like paying taxes. I'm okay with that. Come on, okay. I know we got some California folks, right? Yep, you like sharks. Sharks are terrific. You come to Virginia, we don't have sharks at Virginia Beach. Dolphins, they come right up to the beach. They pick up your children. They give them rides. They drop them back off. Folks, it's an honor to be with you here to talk about one of my favorite topics. I want to thank Chris for that great introduction. Cybersecurity, key issue for all of us. I want to be here today first to say thank you to the private sector who have been so helpful to all of us. Number two, I would make the argument you need to lean in and work with the governors in your states. This has been a major initiative of mine when I was chairman of the National Governors Association, because as you know, the states collectively have more data than the federal government does. And that's why this has been such a big passion. I learned as soon as I got elected, actually 4 years ago when I became governor, of the challenges that governors face in this area. I face a very unique challenge as governor of Virginia. We are the #1 recipient of Department of Defense dollars. We have 27 military installations. We have the largest naval base in the world. We have the Pentagon, the Central Intelligence Agency, Quantico, Langley, Oceana. So we have a lot of assets that a lot of folks are trying to get in every single day and fool around with our lives. Last year, Virginia had 78 million cyber attacks. That is just the state, not the defense component we had in other areas, but 78 million cyber attacks in the Commonwealth of Virginia. I'd say about 150 were of a very serious nature, and I'm very proud that we were able to thwart all those attempts. They got in and tried to shut down our 9/11 system. They are constantly trying to get in our finance records, our driver's license records, our health care records, so that they can take them, and then use them to exploit us and try and get ransom or just plain cause some trouble. So in Virginia, we have led the way, and I'm very proud. I have my Secretary of Technology with me, Karen Jackson, and from day one, I knew as a Virginia resident, as an American citizen, we had to take a different playbook, and we ripped up the traditional playbook on cybersecurity because you can't keep doing the same old thing. But we had a very unique role with all the military assets that we had. So we have totally restructured of how we deal with cybersecurity. I'm very proud. We were the first state in America to stand up our NIST framework. We were the first one to stand up an ISAO in the Commonwealth of Virginia. We have led on these key issues. We have really secured our physical structure, our information. We've gone across the entire state landscape to do a data analysis to make sure that all of our state agencies, all of our 110,000 state employees understand what phishing means and what people are trying to do in our system constantly. And we've led in on that. I am very proud that Virginia now has more cybersecurity companies than any state in the United States of America, over 600 in the Commonwealth of Virginia. That is a huge, huge benefit to our Commonwealth. Number one, they know we're a secure state. And number two, it's a gigantic job creator for all of us. And what I've tried to tell the governors is, you need to be out front on these key issues because businesses won't move to a state where they're not going to be protected. One added advantage, in addition to having dolphins, we have one of the lowest tax rates in the United States of America. We're very business friendly. I just opened my 330th winery in the Commonwealth of Virginia, 228 craft breweries, 76 distilleries, 12 cideries, 8 varieties of oysters. You come to Virginia, you eat our oysters, you drink our wine. Virginia's for lovers. You get what I'm talking about. I'm just, you figure out everything. I'm governor. I can't do everything for you. But in addition to all of that, and all the great historic sites that we have in the mountains and the ocean and all that, we have a very secure cyber state. I'm very proud that I think ourselves and Michigan and a couple other states lead America out front on cybersecurity. And that has allowed us to recruit all these companies to come to our beautiful state. It's also presented me with a huge challenge. Today, we have 36,000 openings in Virginia on cybersecurity. I tell the parents, the Virginia parents who are here with me today, the starting pay is $88,000, starting pay. So I knew that in addition to now making ourselves secure, and number two, being the leader on cybersecurity companies in America, that we had to change our whole education system. So last year, I put in $1 billion, our biggest investment, to redesign K-12 in Virginia. We are the first and only state in America this year. You go to kindergarten in Virginia, we teach you cybersecurity concepts beginning in kindergarten. We host cyber camps all over the summer, all over the Commonwealth of Virginia. We pay for it. You come in for a 9-week course on a cybersecurity course. We have Cyber Vet program. If you're a vet and you are transitioning into veteran status, we will move you into one of our cyber programs. We'll pay for that. We're the only state that has a scholarship. If you're willing to go and compete and get into the cyberspace and then work for the state for a couple of years, we'll pay for you to go get your cyber degree. The only state in America that actually does it. So we're actually leaning in. We now have 17 centers of cyber excellence, which I'm very proud of. There were 5 when I took office. Virginia Tech just named one of the cyber centers of cyber operation excellence. There's only 19 in the United States of America, and I'm very proud that Virginia Tech is one of those. So to all of you businesses, I'm also giving you a message. If you want to be successful, you got to put your business in Virginia. And we have now built it. I mean, honestly, you're in these other states. I mean, if I were a shareholder, I'd start asking questions. But whatever, I'm not going to cause you undue problems today. But you can then say in Virginia that we now will have that cyber workforce. We're graduating our students at an alarming rate. We're building our K-12 pipeline to the level it needs to be, and it's exciting what's happening in our great Commonwealth. So we're secure. Number two, it's a great economic benefit for our great Commonwealth. So I took that message. About a year ago, I got elected chairman of the National Governors Association, and every chairman gets to pick what their top issue will be. I took cybersecurity. Because what I very much learned very quickly is Virginia can do a great job. And in full frankness, when I became governor, I think there were 6 states in America that were of the level of Virginia that really were cyber secure states. We had about 20 states that had made really great progress, had a long way to go, and really the remaining states, of 24 states, had literally done nothing. Didn't even understand cybersecurity. So I made cybersecurity the goal for the 50 states, and what I did in the first meeting with our governors is I had an analysis done of all 50 states. We worked very closely with DHS and FBI and the other federal agencies who worked with the governors because this is critical to them. And our meeting, we handed out a report card. I didn't see it as chairman. I didn't know what other governors got, but every governor got a report card with about 12 to 15 different categories on cyber. And you got a green light, a yellow light, and a red light. No one else knew what that meant. They knew if you got 10 red lights that you were in very serious shape. And we did that, and it woke up all the governors who had not done anything, because the point I always tried to make, I can do a great job in Virginia. But, you know, if we have a small state, I'm not going to pick out a state, I'll just pick one random. Let's just take South Dakota. If we both have Anthem, they're going to get into Virginia through a back door through our health care provider. And we are only as strong as our weakest link. And if there's 10 states that do nothing, these folks, I don't tell you, this is your business. These cyber hackers and activists out there, they're in every single day. We're expected to lose $6 trillion worth of cybercrime, 200 billion devices by 2021. So they understand it. They move very quickly. And so we've needed to get all the states up to where they needed to be. And I'm proud, I just left my term, and I'm proud at the end of the term that we had all 50 states up now to a level that they had secured their states. So one of the reasons I wanted to be with you here today is I need you to lean in more on your states because they need help. They're spending money in this area. They now understand the problem that they have, that as governor, if you do not do what you need to do to protect yourself on cybersecurity, you will pay a horrible price business-wise. You will hurt your citizens who have their credit card information stolen, their social security number. You will pay that horrible price. So, you know, they're all up to the level that we need to be, but they need more help, and I'm encouraging all of you to get involved because, as I said in the beginning, we have more data than the federal government has collectively. I'm disappointed in the Congress. I've been very vocal on this topic. They have been very lax in the area of cybersecurity. We do not have a committee in Congress today on cybersecurity. Now, I think it's the biggest threat that faces our nation today. We just went through an election where we saw what Russia had done to come in and to hack in the elections. You just heard Sue talk about all the issues that go on. We know about the people, the million people today, every single day around the world, is a cyber attack on them. They're stealing information. Most companies don't want to report it. They'd rather just pay the ransom. This is a big issue in Congress because no committee will give up any jurisdiction. They won't come together to form a committee on cybersecurity. I think this is a huge challenge. As chairman of the governors, I raised this point with the Speaker, Speaker Ron. I raised it with Mitch McConnell, Leader McConnell. I went all over the Congress. We got to get serious about it. We need federal legislation, but Congress has been lax to deal with the issues on cybersecurity. So in lieu of the federal government action, the states have now stepped up to the table. We are meeting the threat at the state level. We can't wait for the federal government because I'm not going to wait for the federal government if they're not going to appropriate any money or give me any legislation on information sharing that I can do. So we're moving ahead on our own. But the key to all of this is we need committed dollars. We need good information sharing and understanding what that means and how we do it. A robust information sharing, which we've been able to do. I just finished my term on the Council of Governors, which appointed by the President, 5 Democrats and 5 Republicans to come together to meet on national security issues. Cyber was a big piece. We finally now have an agreement which took us a year to get done for the federal government, for the FBI, for the DHS to now share information with our National Guards because we need to understand what we need to do at the ground level. I have now authorized my National Guard in Virginia through the new Cyber Center. I'm very proud. The first stand-up new Cyber Command Center for the National Guard is in what state? Virginia. Folks, I'm just trying to tell you here. I'm just trying to make you some money, and I'm trying to protect myself and make some money. But that's Cyber Command now is I just stood up. We just had the ceremony. That's now in Virginia. We're now having our National Guard cyber go into the localities, Because to be honest with you, as a state, I'm also only as powerful as my local governments, and they've got to do the best they can to protect themselves going forward. So we've made great progress. So partnership is the key. I could not have done this. One of the first acts I did through an executive order was to start a cyber commission in the Commonwealth of Virginia, mostly private sector. I had, of course, my folks from my different public safety element and my information folks, and obviously Karen and her technology people. We all came together, and they have given me 50 recommendations that I need to do as governor. We've already implemented, I think, all 50. So, we are way ahead of the curve on all these types of things. It would not have happened without you, without the private sector, because you have been at our side, and I thank you. I've been at the RSA conference, every year, the last 4 years. I remind you, only governor to attend. I don't know where your governors were in your other states, but I was there for you. So you just remember that the next time you're thinking of an expansion or shutting your business down and moving it to the great Commonwealth of Virginia. So, folks, it is an honor to be here with you today, but this is a topic, boy, we are dead serious about in the Commonwealth of Virginia. The good news is, I say the governors are up to snuff. You need to do the partnership with them until the federal government, the Congress, actually starts taking action, and who knows what will happen in Washington. I'll leave that alone. I won't get too much into that, but interesting times we live in. But keeping our cities, states, federal government, keeping our businesses secure is what cybersecurity is all about. So I thank you for this opportunity to be with you. And when you go home tonight, think about this. Virginia's first governor, Patrick Henry, started the American Revolution. Give me liberty, give me death. Our second governor, Thomas Jefferson, became the third president. And now, Terry McAuliffe. Thank you, everybody.